Dude, last night I ticked off a huge bucket list show. Anybody who's watched the channel for more than like 30 seconds knows just how much I love intervals.
The fuck is up, Leeds?
Aaron is basically my guitar hero, and the entire band is just made up of the world's top 1% musicians. There's Jacob Umansky, Nathan Buller, Travis LeVray. Seeing these dudes like meters away from me, playing songs that have deeply influenced the way that I write music and what I want to achieve on guitar was like a mind-altering experience. When I walked out of that tiny, sweaty venue in Leeds, ears completely ringing and clutching one of Aaron's picks in my hands, I wasn't just stoked. I felt like I'd learned so much about guitar and just like being a musician in general. So I wanted to share a few of those thoughts with you because it might just change the way that you think about guitar too. And super quick, go to Apple Music or Spotify and add the Intersphere to your library. It was the first time I'd ever seen them before supporting intervals, and they were fucking phenomenal. Probably the biggest and most impactful thing that I took away from the whole show was seeing in action how Aaron uses the electric guitar as like a vocal element. On the surface, I feel like intervals gets unfairly labelled as like a shreddy, overly technical band where technicality is all that there is, but for the real ones who know, that's not at all what Intervals is about. Intervals is the hookiest band on the planet, and I'll die on that hill. Yeah, the shred is there, but it's there for a good reason. It's to give the hooks contrast and make the melodies hit you in the gut the same way like a gigantic vocal would. The technicality is the running jump so that the hooks can really stick the landing. When I was standing waiting for intervals to come on, just after really fucking enjoying the Intersphere actually, I was wondering how an instrumental band would translate live compared to a band with vocals. Even as a guitar player, I'm sure you'll understand that it's not always the guitar part that sells the songs. It's the vocals, so I was super hyped to see how Aaron was going to sell the performance when the lead parts are front and centre. And dude, it was fucking unreal, just a complete masterclass. The emotion behind the melodies makes you feel something in exactly the same way that a great vocal would. And it reminded me that in my own music, I need to stay clear of falling for the trap of being technical for technicality's sake. I've got absolutely nothing to prove by playing technical guitar parts. If you really want your guitar playing and your music to be impactful, you need to focus on the melody and the feeling behind it. I mean, sure, shred as much as you want, but make sure it's going somewhere. Make sure it comes home to something meaningful to catch your audience by the ear and lead them through the song. Dude, if you're a beginner or intermediate guitar player that's feeling stuck with their progress, I can help you fix that fast. Hit the link below to find out our 6-week personalised coaching plan can speed up your progress and help you reach your goals on guitar. Cheers dude, and back to the video. Now this bit's for any gearheads in the room. I cannot explain what it's like to see in the flesh some of the mythical instruments that you've seen in music videos or posted online or in interviews. Like Aaron's fucking guitars, dude. The custom shop ones that have had me incredibly hyped every time something new's shown. The ones with like the transparent flame tops. And he played the black Jawbreaker Aristides as well on some of the like OG interval stuff. And it was fucking insane to see. I wish I got a video of that, to be honest, but I don't like having my phone out too much at gigs instead of like being in the moment, you know what I mean? But dude, one absolutely insane thing was seeing Jacob Umansky's Dingwall. The same fucking Dingwall that's been on Intervals records, Portraits records, and out live with Poppy. That was nuts for me, man, truly. Now, one thing that I have trouble with when I'm playing guitar is looking like I'm enjoying myself. Believe me, inside when I'm playing, I'm having a fucking blast, but I'm also fighting off the ADHD intrusive thoughts and just trying to play the fucking part right. That's just who I am. But it's definitely not who Aaron and the Intervals guys are. Their ability to perform and just fucking outwardly love what they're doing is so contagious. And it taught me that loving what you're doing is way more important than like playing it right. There was a super cool moment when they were playing Lock and Key, which is a song that I'm trying to learn at the minute, where it got to like the trade-off solos between Aaron and it would be Joshua Della Victoria. Now, Joshua is a beast, but he's obviously not in the band. So the heavy fucking responsibility of playing these solos fell on Travis, who's a phenomenal player in his own right. It was unspoken, but kind of obvious that the band knew this bit was gonna be sort of difficult, but Travis absolutely jumped into it and fucking did an astonishing job at getting to these solos. All the while, Aaron is like spurring him on, and it was so cool to see. Even though the parts weren't 100% accurate to the record, the vibes were immaculate, and it was just like this incredibly human performance. Now, it would have been super impressive to see these parts played 100% cleanly, exactly like the record, but it was so much better to see a real reflection of what it's like to play this type of music live. What I've taken away from that is to not be scared to show a little bit more of how much fun I'm having when I play guitar, and if there's a couple of fucking wrong notes, then who gives a shit? During the show, in like the crowd talk parts, Aaron was explaining that it had been 11 years since Intervals had been to the UK, and for I think he said 10 of them they've been independent. The band formed in 2011, so the vast majority of that time has just been them fucking grinding, writing music, playing music, touring, doing everything that they would need to do independently to make some traction for a fucking decade, dude. That's a level of dedication that most people don't have for fucking anything nowadays, dude, but these guys in this band are now living their dream. It just goes to show that whatever you want to achieve with your guitar, you can do it. It just takes the commitment to know that you want it and the patience to put it in place. The interesting thing for me is that there's a level of authenticity that comes with it. The instrumental prog type scene is not one that you get into if you want to be fucking rich, bro. I mean, just the guitar space in general is not something that you want to get into if your primary motivation is finances, man. I can tell you that for certain. Just an interesting unrelated side note, but did you know you need about 500,000 monthly listeners to make minimum wage? You've got to be willing to put your whole fucking self into this thing because you love it, and for me that's the secret sauce for real genuine expression of what this instrument is all about. Where we're at now, and the financial incentive isn't as big, we've got bands like Intervals who are genuinely pushing the instrument and the music forward because they fucking love it, man. Obviously money is always there because it's a job and they've got to make a living, but I am certain that if Intervals were making no money off music, they would still be making the music that they want to because it's in them, it's part of who they are. If you can relate to that feeling, dude, then just keep pushing, because whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, you can do it. Another quick side note before the final point. I know this is a guitar channel, but if you're writing your own music, you need to know that riffs can't carry the song on their own. Your drums and your bass are arguably the most important parts of your arrangement to bring energy and life to that music that you're making. Like Nathan Buller, the drummer for Intervals, he played his soul out at this show. Moritz Muller from the Intersphere played so fucking hard and with so much energy that I just couldn't stop watching him throughout their set. And then you've got Jacob Umansky in Intervals, and he's like pivotal to the entire sound. Without good drums and good bass, you could have the absolute best riffs in the world, but they will sound like bombs without the drums and the bass to back them up. Shout out to Nathan in particular, because I watched him give his absolute everything in this little sauna of a venue on some incredibly technical songs. Just an absolute beast. Last takeaway, go and see your favourite bands when you get the chance, dude. I bet there's a ton of you that go to shows regularly already, but equally, I bet there's a good lot of you that are like me too. I'm generally not one for going to shows. Crowds of people really stress me out actually, and I just like to be at home surrounded by all the things that I like because that's where I'm most comfortable. The thing is, after watching Intervals last night, I have never been more refreshed musically. Like, I've been playing and practicing guitar every day, but I know that the next thing on my list is to start writing for an album, and I've been putting it off. Seeing Intervals has got me so energized to start work on the best collection of music that I can possibly put together. And it all comes down to getting out of my comfort zone and like soaking up the inspiration from the music that I care about so much, being blasted into my ears and eyes. But I am still kind of deaf from last night. Totally worth it though. It's all well and good consuming music through streaming services or just learning it from behind a desk, but you forget that music is meant to be experienced. Since the dawn of time, music has been about being in the moment with the people playing it. But for musicians, it's about getting out of your comfort zone enough to put your music out there and show it to people while they're right in front of you. The whole thing is just an exchange of vibes, so get out and support your favourite bands by seeing them and you'll also be supporting your own experience as a musician. So yeah, the fact that I've got this pick is more than just a souvenir from a show. It's something tangible, something important, and something that I'm going to keep forever to remind me which way I need to go as a guitar player. Don't forget, if you're a beginner or an intermediate player that needs some guidance on improving their guitar playing fast, the link below is where you need to go. Thank you for watching, as always, my dude. I massively appreciate you. And if you want to hit the like and subscribe button, that's the best thing you can do to let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing here. Take care, my dude. Stay safe. Stay playing.